Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
Hashtag Clownfish was right. No, we actually guessed, and we guessed correctly. Paramount is merging with Skydance, which it was on again, off again, whatever. But now that they're merging, they're going to put John Lasseter in charge of animation for the whole shebang.
This is confirmed?
Yeah. Yeah. Twitter is freaking out.
Sorry. That's funny.
It's very funny because Paramount infamously said that they would not work with John Lasseter because, you know, how dare they? He was a toxic male. They weren't going to work with him. We had
he hugs too much.
He hugs too much. Yeah, we still to this day don't know exactly why he was ousted from Disney. But Women in Animation, Margaret Dean, she put a letter out and said that they were going to see to it that John Lasseter would never work in animation again. Well, here we are. Right? So he's gonna have a lot more power than he has now because Skydance. I mean, he already pulled a bunch of Disney people away from Disney and Pixar. I was
gonna say Disney Animation and Pixar Animation did the best when Lasseter was there. Like, love him or hate him.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff he's done since I don't think has been the greatest, but when he was running Pixar and he was running Walt Disney Animation, they were doing really, really well. And the projects that came to fruition, even after he was gone, that were under, you know, they were developed under him, were also really popular. And then since that's gone through the pipeline, it's not been as popular as things it used to be, except for Inside Out 2. And I'm like, so I kind of want to see where he goes if he's got all these people, and he's got Brad Bird and a bunch of other people over there. I'd love to see where he goes with this stuff.
Yeah, so this is going to be really interesting. Let's talk about this and talk about Twitter freaking out, animation Twitter freaking out. Because when you cancel somebody, they're supposed to just go away. They're supposed to crawl in a hole and die.
Fuck that.
Twitter decided that John Lasseter wasn't allowed to work in animation anymore. So let's talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, you get woohoo if you do.
Woohoo.
It's coming from Cartoon Brew. It's a done deal. Paramount and Skydance are merging.
Well, I have to kind of wonder too if it's like a lot of these animators are not working or they're losing jobs as these studios are consolidating, and
yes.
They're pissed because they're out, but Lasseter's still in.
Well, okay, so we can talk about that briefly. This is making the rounds now. Hashtag continue without supporting us. Sorry, Bleeding Cool. Hashtag RIP Cartoon Network. It was trending. Adam ruins everything. He was trying to get people to believe that Cartoon Network was 100% dead. Now I do think it's dying, but yeah, a lot of people not getting work. Warner Brothers especially cutting back on stuff, and a lot of people freaking out. And then they're saying like, yeah, hey, John Lasseter is getting a promotion, and he's going to hire the best of the best because I think we're returning to meritocracy, and people who are not that good, frankly, should be afraid.
What makes me mad is a lot of people who got put in their positions because they were, behind a leader who knew what they were doing.
Right.
And then they wanted to usurp. So they usurp, and then they find out, oh shit, we don't know what we're doing. So.
Yeah, pretty much. And I think that's what happened with Disney and Pixar. I think the reason that they've been kind of wandering around in the desert for the last couple of years, and they haven't been doing very well with their animated movies, save for Inside Out 2, which did very well because it returned the formula, was that they strayed too far from the formula. Because I think they're actively trying to get away from John Lasseter, and they're probably like, well, John Lasseter wouldn't greenlight this picture, so we're going to do it. And then they fall flat on their face. Like, there's a reason why he wouldn't do it.
Yep.
So yeah, so the deal is going to have huge ramifications for the animation industry, including a major new role for Skydance's head of animation, John Lasseter. Here's the breakdown of the deal. The new company is being billed as a next-generation media and technology leader and will combine Skydance's financial resources, deep operating experience, and expertise in cutting-edge technology with Paramount's iconic IP, deep film and television library, and proven hit-making capabilities. Linear and streaming platform, et cetera, et cetera. Ellison, this is the guy that owns Skydance. His vision is to take his version of Paramount and make it a premier creative-first destination for storytellers dedicated to top-quality content. And it will be positioned to improve profitability, foster stability and independence for creators, and enable more investment in growth areas.
Well, as a creator, this sounds great. Like if there's somebody who works in animation or this would sound like a positive.
Yeah, they're going to have a focus on technological advancements across multiple entertainment platforms.
AI.
Yeah, probably. Animation, gaming. Well, people bring that up with Lasseter, like he's actually not opposed to it. The new Paramount will be led by David Ellison as chairman and chief executive officer Jeff Shell. He was from Universal as president. Ellison is the son of Oracle co-founder Larry Ellison, the fifth richest person on the planet. Okay, etc.
Who cares? Yeah.
Shell is the former head of NBC Universal, who was fired last year after an. Okay, there's an ongoing theme here. Shell was fired last year after an internal investigation found he had acted inappropriately towards a female employee. And then comes Lasseter. Anyway, we'll get to the Lasseter part here. This is how they basically bought the amusement company that owned Paramount to get Paramount. Does that make sense? Like they wanted Paramount, but to get Paramount, they had to buy the whole company that owned most of Paramount stock.
And then like Disney wanted stuff from Fox, they had to buy everything, and then you can sell different things off.
Right.
Yeah.
The deal is going to have a huge impact on the animation world, though it's unclear yet what exactly is going to happen. Skydance's animation unit is run by former Disney and Pixar chief John Lasseter, who is likely to take on a more significant role in Paramount's animation operations. They actually said he's going to have a bigger role. Lasseter's expanding role was clearly outlined in the official announcement with this sentence: Skydance's exceptional pool of in-house creative animation talent led by pioneer John Lasseter will expand Paramount's animation capability as well as consumer product opportunities over the long term.
So basically, Skydance's animation is going to be head up by
Lasseter.
But we're acquiring Paramount. We're acquiring this, so now he's going to expand Paramount's animation capabilities, which means he's going to be put in charge.
He's going to be put in charge. Yeah, he's going to be put in charge of all the Nickelodeon stuff too, including Avatar: The Last Airbender. So I have to wonder if people are going to be like, I'm not going to work with John Lasseter. But I guess my thing is like, look, I don't know what happened. I just know of all the people that got canceled that I'm aware of, like the Lasseter's reasons for getting canceled were probably the most nebulous. Like, we never got a straight story as to why he got gone. Other people, it's like, oh, this person, inappropriate pictures. This person
during the height of Me Too, when they were just, going out canceling everyone.
They want him gone. The one that apparently wanted him gone the most was Rashida Jones, who I think was co-writing Toy Story 4 or something. So, I mean, look, I don't know exactly what went down, but reading between the lines, I felt like there was already some tension, not in that way, but like I think Lasseter wanted Toy Story 4 to go a certain way, and she wanted Toy Story 4 to go a certain way. I think they eventually won out because Toy Story 4 was dog shit compared to the first three. We did not need a fourth one anyway. But so I think there were people that wanted, just my opinion, I think there were people that wanted him gone because in their minds he was in their way. Because I think he was difficult to work with in a lot of ways, but he wanted things done a certain way, and they wouldn't do it. And he's like, fine, we'll just get rid of John Lasseter. Power play. I think it was more of a power play. But yeah, so people are freaking out. So I got to give a hat tip to Jaggins Junk here, who sent this over yesterday. We've already got a bunch of people flipping out. Animated antic. Well, everyone's talking about how hideous the new logo is. Yeah, that's kind of boring. What terrifies me about this is Skydance merging its animation side with Nickelodeon, allowing John Lasseter to get more power. Alongside Ellison putting in noted creep Jeff Shell. I'm scared. Scared of what?
Scared of what?
Here's the thing. The people complain about, are they actually working in the animation industry? I don't know if this person is or not. But like a lot of the people, they're like, I'm actually scared about the state of the animation industry. You're like 22 years old. You've never worked in the animation industry. You just like cartoons. It's not going to, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not going to affect you in the least. You're not working in animation right now, and you're not going to be working in animation anytime soon. Yeah.
My thoughts and prayers go to every female animator at Nickelodeon Animation Studio and Paramount Animation. Yes, because,
Thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers. John Lasseter's coming for your ass. Not literally.
Prayers.
Not
You better
literally.
not say it that way, yeah.
I think after what happened, I think both John Lasseter and Jeff Shell will be on their best behavior.
People over here, you'd think Lasseter was a convicted serial rapist the way these people speak of him.
I know, right? Like, they really, really think that Lasseter is like the devil, right? The results of this are just going to make another John Kay, Chris Savino, or worse, Dan Schneider waiting to happen at Nickelodeon in the coming years.
I'm sorry. I swear to God, there are going to be some genuinely horrible horror stories coming out of this company if this merger happens.
Oh, my God. You mean that in the past or coming soon if this happens? It already happened. It already happened. There's nothing you can do about it. It's already happened. They already have a bad reputation for hiring creeps, so Lasseter better not get his grubby hands on Nick Animation. That and wanting to use AI is more terrifying. Yeah, apparently...
They all want to use AI,
They all want to use AI. Me hearing that Lasseter could be merging Skydance Animation with Nickelodeon, all I can say it's Nickelover. That's okay. They're gonna make shows for kids again.
Well, I just say to the animators, nickel over and take it, I guess, because that's what's going to happen.
I'm sorry.
Not Lasseter, I mean just in the industry in general.
Pretty much, yeah.
I better clarify that.
I'm sorry that animation is in absolute jeopardy here in America. I have a feeling neither of them will make it that far since Skydance never bothers to do background checks.
Okay.
They do.
This is the stupidest
for
thing,
money.
Though. This is the stupidest thing, though. They never bother to do background checks for every reason. Shady. I'm like, wait a minute. They're going to cancel the whole deal because you guys don't like how people they're in it. Now, you don't even know all the facts or anything. None of us do. You know, and there's no way they don't know. It was very public for both instances.
Got some more complaining. You just look for Lasseter on Twitter. You're going to get, I don't like the idea of John Lasseter being that close to Nickelodeon or any studio or women in general. Actually, some Disney women went to work for him. I don't think he was as bad. I noticed that Skydance used the quote that John Lasseter made years ago when he was referring to CGI, and they used it for AI. If he supports AI taking away careers, then that will be another reason to dislike him. If he supports AI taking away jobs from people that rallied to get him fired, and actually, I don't think you're going to have to worry about him working with women very much because women in animation already said that they're not going to work with John Lasseter.
Yeah, so then they'll complain there's no women working.
They're going to complain there's no women working it, right? That's exactly what is going to happen. He won't hire anybody. I'm just speculating. I don't know for sure. But watch them not hire anybody who is part of women in animation because they
I wouldn't hire them anyway.
I wouldn't hire them anyway. I wouldn't either. I'd be like, yeah, you guys are going to always find a problem to complain about. But they put a letter out and they said, you know, they don't want anything to do with John Lasseter. So they're already looking for animators in Spain. They're looking for people overseas. So I don't think they were concerned about it. I think they're just like, yeah, we're going to do what we're going to do. John Lasseter strolling into the Pixar office, donning a Hawaiian shirt for some hugging. I hope if Lasseter becomes closer to Nick, he'll probably rebuild it to make up for his mistakes by ending the screwing over shows thing. I don't know. Stop the SpongeBob. I don't know.
English must not be a first language.
Yeah. Lasseter has been absent from the studio recently, and there's an important detail about Brad Bird's ray gun that you all have to see. He was kind of out of it for a while. My understanding is that they would not have mentioned him specifically. I think they were kind of keeping him back because people were going to screech about it, and that's like, oh yeah, John Lasseter's in charge. So the woman that was like, we're never going to work with John Lasseter, tough shit. There it is. Yeah, Emma Thompson
That
quit.
was back in 2019.
That was back in 2019. Yeah, so he's here. That's it. It's a done deal. Lasseter's coming. This person, does Ellison have a thing for predators? Do we know? Yeah,
it's like really wanting to get sued, aren't they?
Yeah, it's like whatever. Here's the thing. John Lasseter is still going to have a job when a lot of these other people don't have a job because John Lasseter has made studios billions of dollars. And that's, at the end of the day, that's all they care about. I'm sorry. That's the reality of it. They don't care about your feelings. How much money did your movies make?
And they're not worried about you not working with them because they're probably not going to hire you anyway. They're going to go overseas where it's cheaper anyway. I'm not saying that's the right thing to do. But it goes back to that thing I told you guys before. It's like, you know, quite frankly, a lot of the animators out in California and such want the moon. And I understand because it costs so much to live there. I get why they're asking for it. But other places will do it cheaper. They're going to go where it's cheaper. And you yourself will start your own thing.
Yeah, that's it.
And do it cheaper.
Yeah, that's it. You're always welcome to go start your own thing. But everybody wants to move into that warmed seat. Mm-hmm. The thing is that it's musical chairs now. As long as it
wasn't the seat Lasseter was in.
Yeah. Anyway, we got to wrap this up. Yeah. Please subscribe. We'll talk later.
Bye.